Time is not just what we see on our clocks and calendars. It's actually a gateway to personal growth and spiritual awakening. Imagine if you could use time to transform your life, to become the person you've always wanted to be. Well, you can. Time holds secrets that, once unlocked, can lead to incredible personal growth and a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. If we don't learn to use time wisely, we might find ourselves stuck in the same patterns, repeating the same mistakes, and never reaching our full potential. It's like being on a hamster wheel, running and running but never getting anywhere. But don't worry, this video will show you how to step off that wheel and use time as a tool for personal growth and spiritual development. You'll learn how to make every moment count, not just in terms of productivity, but in terms of personal fulfillment and spiritual advancement. Time isn't just a linear progression from past to present to future. It's actually a fluid, ever-present reality that we can learn to navigate and even shape. In many spiritual traditions, time is seen as an illusion, a construct of our minds that helps us make sense of the world. But beyond this illusion lies a deeper truth. All time exists simultaneously in an eternal now. This perspective on time opens up incredible possibilities for personal growth. If all time exists now, it means we're not bound by our past or limited by our imagined future. We can tap into the wisdom of our past experiences and the potential of our future selves, all from this present moment. Understanding time in this way allows us to break free from limiting beliefs that are rooted in our past. It helps us see that we're not defined by what has happened to us, but by how we choose to interpret and use those experiences. This shift in perspective can be incredibly liberating, freeing us to create the life we truly want. Moreover, when we understand that time is fluid, we can learn to work with it more effectively. We can stretch moments of joy and learning, making them more impactful. We can compress moments of difficulty, seeing them as temporary and manageable. This mastery over our perception of time can lead to greater peace, productivity, and personal satisfaction. Our view of time can profoundly impact our personal development. When we see time as a scarce resource that's constantly slipping away, we tend to feel stressed, rushed, and anxious. This negative view can lead to poor decision-making, as we feel pressured to act quickly rather than thoughtfully. On the other hand, when we view time as abundant and ever-present, we tend to feel more relaxed, focused, and creative. This positive outlook allows us to make decisions from a place of calm clarity rather than frantic urgency. We're able to be more present in each moment, fully engaging with our experiences and learning from them. Furthermore, our relationship with time affects how we approach personal growth. If we're always racing against the clock, we might push ourselves too hard, leading to burnout. We might also give up too quickly on new habits or skills, not giving ourselves enough time to truly develop. But when we have a healthy relationship with time, we understand that growth is a process that unfolds naturally. We give ourselves permission to learn at our own pace, to make mistakes, and to enjoy the journey of self-improvement. This patient, compassionate approach to personal development often leads to more sustainable and meaningful growth. The past is not just a collection of memories or a string of events that have already happened. From a spiritual perspective, the past is a rich source of wisdom and learning. Every experience we've had, every challenge we've faced has shaped who we are today. But more than that, our past is a living part of our present. When we view the past through a spiritual lens, we see that it's not fixed or unchangeable. We can reinterpret past events, finding new meanings and lessons in them. This doesn't mean denying what happened, but rather choosing how we let those events affect us now. By making peace with our past, we free up energy to focus on our present and future growth. The present moment is more than just a fleeting instant between past and future. It's the point of power where all change and growth happens. In many spiritual traditions, the present moment is seen as the only reality, the only place where we can truly live and act. Being fully present allows us to engage deeply with our experiences, to learn more effectively, and to make conscious choices about our growth. It's in the present that we can observe our thoughts and feelings, practice mindfulness, and actively shape our character. The future is not just a far-off time that we're moving towards. Instead of seeing the future as a fixed destination, a spiritual approach encourages us to view it as a realm of infinite possibilities. The future is shaped by our present thoughts, beliefs, and actions. By focusing on creating a positive future, rather than worrying about what might go wrong, we open ourselves up to new opportunities for growth. This doesn't mean ignoring potential challenges, but rather approaching them with confidence and creativity. Our inner sense of time differently than the time we see on our clocks. Have you ever noticed how time seems to fly when you're doing something you love, but drags when you're bored or unhappy? This is because our inner experience is flexible and subjective. We can learn to align our inner sense of time with what we might call spiritual time. This is the natural rhythm of growth and change that exists in the universe. It's not rushed or stressed, but patient and steady. Think of how a tree grows. It doesn't try to become fully grown overnight, but steadily reaches towards the sky, day by day, season by season. To align with spiritual time, we can practice patience and trust in the process of growth. We can learn to flow with the natural rhythms of our lives, rather than constantly fighting against them. This might mean taking time for rest and reflection, even when we feel pressured to always be productive. When we align our inner clock with spiritual time, we often find that things fall into place more easily. We're less likely to burn out or feel overwhelmed because we're working in harmony with the natural pace of growth and change. This alignment helps us to be more present, more peaceful, and more open to the lessons and opportunities each moment brings. One simple yet powerful way to change your relationship with time is to practice mindfulness. This means paying full attention to the present moment, without judgment. You can start with just a few minutes each day of sitting quietly and focusing on your breath. As thoughts come up, gently let them go and return your focus to your breathing. This practice helps you to step out of the rushing stream of thoughts about past and future and fully experience the present moment. Over time, you may find that you're able to bring this quality of presence into more areas of your life. Another practical technique is to regularly reflect on your past with compassion and curiosity. Set aside some time each week to think about recent events in your life. But instead of just replaying what happened, ask yourself what you can learn from these experiences. How have they helped you grow? What insights can you take forward? This kind of reflection helps you to see your past as a valuable resource rather than a burden. It also helps you to recognize patterns in your life, both positive and negative, which can guide your future growth. When it comes to the future, try practicing positive visualization. Spend some time each day imagining your ideal future self. What kind of person do you want to become? How do you want to feel? What do you want to accomplish? The key here is to not just think about these things, but to really feel them as if they're already true. This practice can help to align your current actions with your future goals and can also boost your motivation and confidence. One common challenge in our relationship with time is the feeling of always being rushed or behind. This can lead to stress and anxiety, which actually make it harder for us to use our time well. To overcome this, try to build buffer time into your schedule. Instead of booking yourself solid, leave some open spaces in your day. This gives you room to breathe, to deal with unexpected events, and to fully transition between activities. Another challenge is the tendency to dwell on past mistakes or worry about the future. While it's natural to think about the past and future, getting stuck there can prevent us from fully engaging with the present. When you notice yourself dwelling or worrying, try gently bringing your attention back to the present moment. What can you see, hear, or feel right now? This simple practice can help to break the cycle of unproductive thoughts. Many people also struggle with procrastination, which can be seen as a misuse of time. Often, procrastination is driven by fear or perfectionism. To overcome this, try breaking big tasks into smaller, manageable steps. Focus on making progress rather than achieving perfection. Remember, every step forward, no matter how small, is moving you in the right direction. Developing a healthy relationship with time is key to using it for personal growth. One aspect of this is learning to value your time. This doesn't mean becoming stingy with your time, but rather being intentional about how you spend it. Before committing to activities or projects, ask yourself if they align with your values and goals. It's okay to say no to things that don't serve your growth or bring you joy. Another important aspect is developing patience. In our fast-paced world, we often expect instant results. But real growth and change take time. Learn to appreciate the process of growth, not just the end results. Celebrate small victories along the way, and trust that consistent effort will lead to significant change over time. Flexibility is also crucial in our relationship with time. While it's good to have plans and goals, it's equally important to be able to adapt when things don't go as expected. Life often throws us curveballs, and being able to adjust our expectations and plans can help us stay balanced and continue growing even in challenging times. Lastly, remember to make time for rest and self-care. It might seem counterintuitive, but taking time to relax and recharge actually helps us to be more productive and grow more effectively in the long run. This could involve meditation, hobbies, time in nature, or simply doing nothing. These moments of pause give our minds and bodies the chance to integrate our experiences and prepare for new growth. From a spiritual perspective, time is not just a backdrop for our lives, but a powerful tool for growth and transformation. Many spiritual traditions teach that by fully embracing the present moment, we can transcend the limitations of linear time and touch the eternal. One way to use time for spiritual growth is through regular spiritual practice. This could be meditation, prayer, yoga, or any other practice that connects you with something larger than yourself. The key is consistency, doing your practice regularly, whether you feel like it or not. Over time, this consistent effort can lead to profound shifts in your consciousness and your way of being in the world. Another aspect of using time spiritually is learning to see the sacred in the everyday. This means bringing a quality of presence and reverence to all your activities, not just those designated as spiritual. Whether you're washing dishes, talking with a friend, or solving a work problem, you can approach it as a spiritual practice. This attitude can transform ordinary time into opportunities for growth and insight. Time can also be used for self-reflection and inner work. Setting aside time regularly to journal, to examine your thoughts and behaviors, and to set intentions for your growth can be a powerful spiritual practice. This kind of self-reflection helps you to become more self-aware and to consciously shape your character over time. Lastly, consider how you can use your time to serve others. Many spiritual traditions teach that selfless service is a path to spiritual growth. This doesn't necessarily mean grand gestures, but could be as simple as really listening to a friend, helping a neighbor, or volunteering in your community. By using your time to make a positive difference in the world, you're not only contributing to others' well-being, but also fostering your own spiritual growth. One of the most profound spiritual teachings about time is the concept of the eternal now. This is the idea that the present moment is all that truly exists, and that by fully inhabiting this moment, we can touch the timeless dimension of being. Practicing presence in the eternal now doesn't mean ignoring the past or future, but rather holding them lightly while staying grounded in the present. It means fully engaging with what's happening right now, whether it's pleasant or unpleasant, easy or challenging. Living in the eternal now can bring a sense of peace and clarity to our lives. When we're not constantly rehashing the past or worrying about the future, we have more energy and attention for what's actually happening. This can lead to better decision-making, more authentic relationships, and a deeper sense of fulfillment. Moreover, the practice of presence can open us up to moments of insight or awakening. Many spiritual traditions teach that enlightenment or self-realization doesn't happen in some future time, but can only be experienced now in this very moment. Of course, living in the eternal now is a practice, not a destination. Our minds naturally wander to past and future, and that's okay. The key is to gently, persistently bring our attention back to the present moment, over and over again. Over time, this practice can profoundly shift our relationship with time and with life itself. Understanding and working with time in these ways can lead to deep personal transformation. As we learn to be more present, to use our past wisely, and to approach the future with openness and intention, we naturally begin to grow and change. This transformation often happens in subtle ways at first. You might notice that you're less reactive in stressful situations, or that you're able to stay focused for longer periods. You might find yourself making choices that better align with your values and long-term goals. Over time, these small changes can add up to significant shifts in your life. You might find yourself naturally drawn to healthier relationships, more fulfilling work, or a deeper sense of purpose. You might discover new capacities within yourself that you never knew existed. This kind of growth isn't always easy. It often involves facing our fears, challenging our limiting beliefs, and stepping out of our comfort zones. But as we learn to work with time as a tool for growth, we develop the resilience and wisdom to navigate these challenges. Remember, personal transformation is not about becoming a different person, but about becoming more fully yourself. It's about peeling away the layers of conditioning and fear to reveal your true nature. And this process unfolds in its own time, not according to our schedules or expectations. As you continue on your journey of growth, be patient and kind with yourself. Celebrate your progress, learn from your setbacks, and trust in the process. Every moment is an opportunity for growth and transformation, if we're open to it. By understanding the true nature of time and learning to work with it consciously, we open ourselves to profound possibilities for growth and transformation. We can heal our past, fully engage with our present, and create a future aligned with our deepest values and aspirations. This journey of growth and discovery is the true adventure of a lifetime, unfolding moment by moment in the eternal now. Time and our inner self. Our inner clock operates on a different wavelength than the ticking hands of our watches or the digital displays on our phones. This internal timekeeper is deeply connected to our emotions, our energy levels, and our overall state of being. Have you ever noticed how time seems to stretch out endlessly when you're bored or anxious, but flies by in a blink when you're fully engaged and happy? This is your inner clock at work. Understanding and working with this inner sense of time can be a powerful tool for personal growth. When we tune into our internal rhythms, we can better align our activities with our natural energy cycles. This alignment can lead to increased productivity, creativity, and overall well-being. To get in touch with your inner clock, try paying attention to your energy levels throughout the day. When do you feel most alert and focused? When do you naturally start to wind down? By observing these patterns, you can start to schedule your activities in a way that works with your natural rhythms rather than against them. Another aspect of our inner time is our personal pace of growth and change. Just as every plant grows at its own rate, each person has their own unique tempo of development. Some people might experience rapid transformations, while others grow more slowly and steadily. Neither is better or worse, it's simply a matter of individual nature. Recognizing and accepting your personal pace can be incredibly liberating. It frees you from the pressure of comparing your progress to others or trying to force growth before you're ready. Instead, you can focus on nurturing your growth in a way that feels natural and sustainable for you. Spiritual time moves to a different beat than the hurried pace of our modern world. It's more like the steady rhythm of the seasons or the patient growth of a mighty oak tree. When we learn to align with this spiritual time, we often find that our lives flow more smoothly and our personal growth unfolds more naturally. One way to align with spiritual time is through mindfulness practices. These can help us slow down our racing thoughts and tune into the present moment. Try taking a few deep breaths and really focusing on the sensation of the air moving in and out of your body. This simple act can help anchor you in the now, aligning you with the eternal present of spiritual time. Another way to sync up with spiritual time is by practicing patience. In our fast-paced world, we often expect instant results. But true growth and transformation often happen slowly, in ways we might not immediately notice. By cultivating patience, we give ourselves the space and time needed for deep, lasting change. Connecting with nature can also help us align with spiritual time. Nature operates on its own timetable, unrushed and in perfect harmony with the rhythms of the universe. Spend time outdoors, observing the slow change of seasons, the gradual growth of plants, the patient flow of rivers. Let these natural rhythms remind you of the deeper currents of time that flow beneath the surface of our busy lives. As we align more closely with spiritual time, we may find that we become less reactive and more responsive to life's challenges. We develop a sense of trust in the unfolding of our lives, knowing that everything happens in its own perfect timing. This alignment can bring a profound sense of peace and purpose to our journey of personal growth. Let's try a simple yet powerful exercise to deepen your awareness of time and how it relates to your personal growth. This exercise involves keeping a time awareness journal for a week. Here's how to do it. Step 1. Get a notebook or create a digital document where you can make daily entries. At the top of each day's entry, write the date and your overall mood or energy level for the day. Step 2. Throughout the day, take brief moments to check in with yourself. Notice how you're experiencing time in that moment. Does it feel like it's dragging or flying by? Are you focused on the past, present, or future? Jot down these observations, along with what you're doing and how you're feeling. Step 3. At the end of each day, take a few minutes to reflect on your entries. Look for patterns in how your perception of time relates to your activities, moods, and energy levels. Write down any insights or questions that come up. After a week of this practice, review your journal as a whole. You might be surprised by what you discover about your relationship with time. Perhaps you notice that you're most present and engaged during certain activities, or that you tend to get stuck in past-oriented thinking at particular times of day. Use these insights to make small adjustments in how you structure your time. Maybe you decide to schedule important tasks during the times when you're naturally most focused, or to build in more mindfulness breaks during periods when you tend to get caught up in worrying about the future. Remember, the goal isn't to judge or criticize yourself, but simply to become more aware of how you experience and use time. This awareness is the first step towards using time more intentionally as a tool for personal growth. By practicing this exercise, you're developing your capacity to be present and to observe your own patterns. This self-awareness is a crucial foundation for personal growth and spiritual development. As you continue to pay attention to your relationship with time, you may find that you naturally become more mindful, more intentional, and more aligned with the deeper rhythms of your life. As we journey through life, there are several common pitfalls in our relationship with time that can hinder our personal growth. Being aware of these traps is the first step in avoiding them and using our time more wisely. One major trap is the busyness trap. In our fast-paced world, we often equate being busy with being productive or important. We fill our schedules to the brim, leaving no space for rest, reflection, or spontaneity. But true productivity isn't about doing more. It's about doing what matters. Take a look at your schedule. Are you filling time with busy work, or are you focusing on activities that truly align with your values and goals? Another common trap is procrastination. We all know the feeling of putting off important tasks, often in favor of less important but more immediately gratifying activities. Procrastination often stems from fear. Fear of failure, fear of imperfection, or fear of the unknown. To overcome this, try breaking big tasks into smaller, more manageable steps. Remember, progress is progress, no matter how small. The perfectionism trap is closely related to procrastination. When we set impossibly high standards for ourselves, we may never feel ready to start or to finish a project. Remember that done is often better than perfect. Embrace the learning process and understand that mistakes and imperfections are valuable stepping stones on the path of growth. Lastly, there's the nostalgia trap. While it's natural and sometimes beneficial to reflect on the past, getting stuck there can prevent us from fully engaging with the present or moving confidently into the future. If you find yourself frequently dwelling on the good old days or reliving past mistakes, gently remind yourself to refocus on the present moment and the opportunities it holds. Now that we've identified some common time traps, let's explore some practical tips for using time as a tool for personal growth and spiritual development. First, practice the art of single tasking. In our multitasking world, it's easy to spread our attention thin, but when we focus on one task at a time, we're not only more productive, but we also cultivate a deeper sense of presence. Whether you're working on a project, having a conversation, or simply enjoying a meal, try giving it your full attention. Another powerful tip is to start your day with intention. Before diving into your to-do list, take a few moments each morning to set an intention for the day. This could be a quality you want to embody, like patience or creativity, a goal you want to work towards, or simply an attitude of openness to the day's experiences. This practice helps align your actions with your deeper values and aspirations. Make time for regular self-reflection. This could be through journaling, meditation, or simply taking a quiet walk. Use this time to check in with yourself, to assess your progress on your personal growth journey, and to reconnect with your core values and goals. This practice can help you stay on track and make course corrections as needed. Learn to say no. Time is a finite resource, and every yes to one thing is a no to something else. Be intentional about what you commit to, ensuring that your time and energy are going towards things that truly matter to you. It's okay to say no to obligations or activities that don't align with your values or goals. Finally, remember to be patient with yourself. Personal growth is a lifelong journey, not a race. Celebrate your progress, learn from setbacks, and trust in the process. Every moment is an opportunity for growth, even and often especially the challenging ones. As we come to the end of our exploration of time and personal growth, let's take a moment to reflect on the key insights we've uncovered. We've seen that time is not just a linear progression of moments, but a fluid, multi-dimensional aspect of our existence. It's a powerful tool that, when used wisely, can facilitate profound personal transformation. We've learned about the importance of aligning with our inner clock and with spiritual time, and we've explored practical ways to use time more intentionally. Remember, the goal isn't to control time or to squeeze more productivity out of every minute. Rather, it's about developing a harmonious relationship with time that supports our growth and well-being. It's about being fully present in each moment, learning from our past without getting stuck there, and approaching our future with hope and intention. As you move forward from here, I encourage you to experiment with the ideas and practices we've discussed. Try the time awareness journal exercise. Practice aligning with your inner rhythms. Make time for self-reflection and mindfulness. Be patient with yourself as you work to break free from time traps and cultivate new habits. Remember, personal growth is not a destination but a journey. Each moment offers a new opportunity to learn, to grow, to become more fully yourself. By developing a conscious relationship with time, you're equipping yourself with a powerful tool for this lifelong journey of growth and self-discovery. As you continue on your path, may you find joy in the present moment, wisdom in your past experiences, and excitement for the possibilities that lie ahead. Your time is precious. Use it wisely, use it lovingly, and watch as it transforms not just your life but your very being. Thank you for joining me on this exploration of time and personal growth. May your journey be rich with insights, growth, and moments of timeless presence. Remember, every moment is an opportunity. What will you do with this one?